welcome to my August plan with me. In this video, I'm going to be doing an ultimate August plan, and so that means that I'm using my passion planner. I've done one other video featuring the passion planner, and in this video, I'm going to be using it to go through not just the week, but the whole month of August. Today is August 1st, which is a Saturday. It's less than ideal to be planning the month on the 1st of the month, but I really wanted to do like this live action plan with me, go about the day planning with me. I would normally do this probably over a week or so, like when we're at the skate park, I'd pull out my passion planner and start taking notes. In the morning, after morning pages, I'd probably get on the computer and start messing with Trello, so it's not just like a quick thing. And I also would probably plan things out in advance too, just like in July, but I had this idea that I wanted to do this back then too. So anyway, now that I'm done explaining myself, the kids are with Shane, so they won't be in the background on this one. They went to the pump track today, and so they've been busy. They've been gone all day, and now I have all this time to myself, and I actually have my artist date tonight. So I'm all done and ready to go. I have everything packed. I'm gonna head out. I have some things I wanna donate, and then I'm going to shop. I'm gonna window shop. I'm gonna go look at some like interior items, like decorating type stuff. I never do that, and it sounded like fun, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wear a mask and be extra safe and bring my hand sanitizer. So anyway, in this video with the passion planner, just to give you an idea of who I am, if you're planning with me and you're like, who is this chick and does it relate to me? I'm a mom of two. I have experienced homeschooling my kids for the last 3 years. Last year we did a public program alongside of homeschooling, and so it was a little bit more guided, and the kids absolutely loved it. During quarantine, we did have to do it online, and it was just 1 hour a week, which was a bummer. Kids really miss their friends, and they didn't get to chat during that 1 hour they spent doing like the work that the teachers wanted them to focus on. So that's what I have to consider with August, is that school is supposed to start in September, and I have to make sure that I'm ready for that. And then also I work out of the home 2 to 3 days a week, and I really love that job. It takes me out late at night though, and so I have to make sure that I'm on top of my game during those days. I also do like side work, creative work. Since college, I've always done my own thing. I've always been responsible for bringing my own income. So being an employee, I've only been maybe a few times since I was 20, and it's interesting. And like I said, I really love the company I work for right now. But I still like to do my own thing and supplement that income because it is just a part-time income. And so I have a few different projects going, and one of which is teaching dance at a local studio, and we'll see what happens with that too in September. They've gone back and forth about how they're going to be doing things. And then, so I have other projects. I have this YouTube channel that I really want to nurture in August. And my husband's super busy. He's always out doing active things alongside my children, of course, and also by himself too. And he works full-time from home and has for the last couple years, so this hasn't been too big of a change for him as far as like social distancing and staying home and not being able to go to an office. We eat really... we're pretty strict about what we eat, and in August we're going to be even more strict because I feel like we've definitely been relaxed as far as what the kids have been able to eat and what Shane has been eating too, and we talked about in our family council. This is what we did last night. We did a family council meeting, and it is a once a month meeting. We chatted about it in my last Plan With Me video, so I won't go over too much about what it is, but essentially we went over what we as a family want to do for the month of August, what we did well in the month of July, and we kind of chatted through things, problems people have. And as you can see, the problems aren't always like super serious, but for the kids, it's cute, and it's not just cute, it's good to see them take it seriously, and they like being part of this adult conversation that we have. So as you can see, one of the goals for Shane was to eat less sugar and less carbs. So that means a lot more meal planning on my part, and that's no problem because that's how we've eaten in the past, and we just been a little bit more relaxed with everything that's been going on. Treating sugar and junk food, processed foods, as like a treat and kind of, I don't know, a little more so than necessary. So anyway, I have my family council plan here, and usually I would do my planning before I go to the family council, but this is kind of nice actually to have all of this. I got to hear from the kids what they wanted to do. We asked them to pick a language at family council that they would learn in the next year, and the kids picked a language. Last night I was able to already schedule the classes and everything was set to go. So, I mean, that was really nice, whereas before, I don't know that I would have done it so immediately. And I have little things that I have to do based off of what we talked about. So let's go. Let's open. Oh, actually, what I was gonna talk about in this video. Let's make sure that I'm organized and know what it is. Oh, Sidetracked Home Executive Cards. That's a big one that I have to do. I have to organize these for the month ahead in August because I got behind on them, and especially with working and all the things that we're going to be doing in August. August is, I mean, I think always. Anyone that lives in the Northwest too, July is when summer really starts. And so August is really jam-packed. Just, there's lots of things to do every day and every weekend especially. And now I'm gonna be in nothing. All right, so I have to organize these and make sure that I put those in too, but let's just write that down since I just talked about it. So those are called S.H.E cards, S.H.E. stands for Sidetracked Home Executive. I talked about it, like I said in the video. There's a book on it, and I'll include a link below. You should check it out. It's kind of like old school. It's not like old school. It's very old school. 80s or early 90s, I think, is when it was written, and but I still find a lot of value in it, especially the idea that if you don't get to something, you just put it, like there's a system for if you don't get to it. And the thing that I think is most valuable about it is that everything has a time and date associated with it, so you don't have to feel like you have to do everything at once. It's really important for my, my mental clarity. So we'll organize the S.H.E cards. We'll add in the August Fam Council dates. I'm going to talk about what I am doing for movies. We have a summer movie challenge, and I need to check in on that. Make sure that we are able to get to all those movies. And the important thing about the movie challenge is that I have to do work ahead of the movie to make sure I have any resources or items that the boys can discover based off of what they watched in the movie. We did this whole thing in May. They finished reading Swallows and Amazons, which is a really good book for kids. They loved it. They read it with their dad, and then we watched the movie later on. It was on Prime, and they loved the movie. Although they had each of them had, especially Wyatt, had clear ideas on which one was better, the movie or the book. And it sounds like the book was better, but I love the movie. And so we did this whole month around pirates and like shipping and what do you call that? Basically British imperialism. And we watched a lot of movies and then would research the locations that people got deserted on the island. We talked about survival. We talked about natural resources. I don't know, we talked about so much stuff, and it was just a lot of work ahead of time to make sure that I had all the resources ready to go, and then you just kind of present it to the kids. It's not like you're assigning homework. For Swallows and Amazons, we did have a list of activities I put up on the blackboard that we kind of did as a fun thing alongside it. Like we walked around our lake and then made a map of the lake, kind of like what they did on Swallows and Amazons, and just little things like that. So it's fun schooling. It's kind of, I don't know, it's not unschooling, but it's presenting kids with, like, what do you call that? The unschoolers, they drop little books and things like that so that the kids can find them and discover them on their own. So we've got the movies, S.H.E cards. I need to go over my game changer. I already did my monthly reflection in the Passion Planner, and that's something that you can get for free. It's a free download, and you can go through it yourself. Update your roadmap, and then create a new game changer. So you have game changers that are kind of set in stone based off of your roadmap, and then each month you can pick a game changer and work on that. Will get you towards your next goal, or the goal that you find that is the most important that will get you onto that next goal. And so my game changer I chose is to focus on the passive income, which I feel really stupid talking about any of this, but you know what? I'll put a little heart next to it. It's important. I want to focus, my goal for the family council stuff that we talked about was to film, oh, that was my problem. My problem was that the kids are noisy when I was trying to make my video, and I asked them to be quiet and to go out and play outside. So my goal is to make $100 on my own online, because I do a lot of things online and create stuff just for fun, but I would like to be focused and think, and I don't know, it's not that much money, or maybe it is a lot of money to you, but I believe a lot in momentum, and with the $100 will just push me on my way to getting to where I want it to be. Game changer, adding in holidays and birthdays. Well, birthdays are holidays, and space stuff, I'll say. I started doing this, and I think it's already in for August, where I add in items that are of significance that are happening in space, whether it's like in July, the comet, in August, there's a meteor shower, and also I just like knowing when the moons are full, and this is telling you a lot about myself, but if anything is in retrograde, I would like to know about it in advance. And we can talk about that another time if you're interested in knowing why I even care about that. But so adding in little space stuff like that, because it's something that I'm interested in. Also, I think it is beneficial. And then what else do I need to do? Adding all the to-do items. So I take all my things from the game changer here, and then add to-do items. That should be 2 words. Toto. Add Toto items to my monthly to-do items to monthly layout. So last month what I did was I assigned all of my to-do items in the Passion Planner to dates, like due dates, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I found that some of them I would actually do them by the due date, and others I didn't. And the ones that I didn't do, and I really thought about it, I did not care about. So I have to be smarter about how I create SMART goals and why it is that I'm putting something on my to-do list. Because in my outlook on planning is that if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it no matter what. I read that in the Master Key system, which I highly recommend for anyone. That's like the start of my whole self-improvement journey over the last year and a half. Was reading the Master Key system, and I read it again at the beginning of this year, and he says at the very beginning, I think it's something like, come hell or high water, you will complete the item that you have said you will go out and do. And that is such a game, it's a game changer that to have that type of attitude. So I'm not crazy about what I've done so far, and I really want to work. My intention, I guess, in planning for August is that I'm going to improve that. I think that's a good start. Oh, and then I have meal planning. I'll put that in purple. Meal planning and homeschool, because those are important. Meal plan for August. And we, just as a quick overview, our diet is we eat fish, we eat fruits and vegetables, and we don't eat meat. We've eaten eggs in the past, and here and there we'll eat eggs again. I have decided I don't want to eat eggs, but Shane and Wyatt really like them, so I'll have them every once in a while. I love smash fish. So I follow kind of a Dr. Bredesen protocol, a very like light one, based off of things that were happening in my health and my family history. I've done a lot of research around brain fog and all that other stuff, and Dr. Bredesen is who I really like and I trust, and I liked his book, and there's a few other books that make sense to me, but if that's what, not that you care. That's what I'm going to be working with, and I keep it all on Trello. And then homeschool, I need to do that, and that kind of fits in with the movie stuff, right? And for fall. And then homeschool for fall is really just like picking a curriculum for math and for Wyatt. Math for Kelly. And then, let's see, what was the other one I was gonna do? Oh, Google Calendar. I'm like randomly picking these colors, so don't think that there's any type of organization here. In fact, if you see this, it is a huge mess around me. So Google Calendar, just making sure that all of my dates are in there, and also my budget spreadsheet. I just need to make sure that that is updated and ready to go. I just paid all of my bills for the first half of the month, and when I do that, I like to strike it out and write the confirmation number, and I keep really detailed notes and everything in there. And then I just need to make sure that the 15th through the 30th of August, the spreadsheet is set up, and that I have all of the due dates and everything and the prices in there. And then start setting up September 1st through the 15th. So that's what I have to do. Let's get started. Now that it's like 50 minutes later, I should probably be keeping a timer on this, right? Okay, so here we have the monthly layout. Let me move all of my stuff. So let's see, right now we're gonna focus on Game Changer, which is my passive income, because that is going to be my main focus. The meal plan, homeschool for fall, all of that stuff, movie challenge, those are all like side family things that I can do tomorrow too if I really want to. My S.H.E stuff is pretty important. That's going to be included with the to-do items. Holidays and birthdays. So this is really what we're working with right now, I think. And adding in the family council. It's important that I'm incorporating that, of course, the things that I have to do there. So let's focus on Game Changer and the to-do items that break out of that. And I haven't thought about this past my monthly reflection. I did the monthly reflection and decided I needed to work on the passive income component. So I already wrote that in the middle here. The month's focus, people to see, places to go, things to learn, personal projects, and I'm gonna try and complete all of these things. Let's move all of my notes, shall we? Okay, here we go. So my month's focus for work is, can you see this? $100 from, and it has to be, the rule is it has to be deposited in my bank account. Deposited. It has to be from something I've done or created. Deposited. I don't know how to say that. Created from me. And ideally, I'd like it to be online. I don't know what I would do that wouldn't be online, though, if I think about it. So, and then my personal focus this month is cutting out the sugar and carbs for the family. And I say carbs lightly for the kids, and even for Shane. It's mainly like carbs that have no nutrients in it. So, more like processed junk and, you know, those kind of things. Like, I'm still going to make the kids French bread once a week that they eat for the next like 3 days, and I'll still do rice and quinoa, stuff like that. Sugar and carbs cut down. Now that's a really, really terrible goal, right? Because it's not specific and there's nothing measurable about it. I mean, technically you could measure and see if you've cut down on the sugar and carbs, but there's no exact number with it saying, like, for me personally, I try and eat less than 20 grams of sugar or 20 grams of carbohydrates a day. And that is net carbs, ideally. And so that's more of a specific goal, but I'll work on that one. So people to see and places to go, things to learn are going to be based off of this game changer. So we'll go ahead and go over to that now. My passive income will come from, see, this is hard too because I'd like to make money from YouTube, but will it be deposited in my bank account by the end of the month? No, it wouldn't be, because I'd have to get monetized first and people would actually have to watch my videos, which this is almost an hour long, probably maybe over an hour. So we'll see who wants to sit here and play with me for an hour. So YouTube is an idea here. And then, YouTube, so is blogging, if you really think about it. And these are all just mediums. So creating media, or even, you know what? Better, AdSense. And then there is, with that, affiliate. So these are things that everybody knows about, right? You have affiliate income. And what else could I do for passive income? Downloads, printables. What do you call those? Say printables, or no, downloads. Because technically it could be, there's a couple things that I'm working on that are more of downloads where you can read and consume them, and then there's others that are items that are printable that you print out and fill out, which I think are two different markets of people. I don't know. We'll just say downloads. Oh my gosh, that was too much talking. Affiliate, AdSense, downloads. What else? I mean, those are things that I could do, and I think there are some things I need to brainstorm because maybe there's other ideas. Off of brainstorming, I need to do 100 ideas for passive income by August. I'm going to make a list of items that I could do. What else? Being on camera is really hard. Like, I would probably take this and come back to it later after I looked up some stuff online to figure out what it is, the steps that I need to take in order to do the $100 for the month. I mean, I could make a list of ways I've earned money in the past online. I could figure out more about subscription services. One of the things that I was thinking about doing, I was teaching an adult class before all of this craziness happened. That was a dance class, and it was really fun. I loved it so much. I loved all my students. It was so fun. I loved choreographing the dance, and it was always cute. It had a theme with it. It was a little jazzy, and I did a full warm-up. That was kind of like a dance warm-up, but with some bar put in there because I was training to become a bar certified instructor. And then everything went down and I couldn't train people to get my hours in, and I just got sad. And it's also just hard to do things in the house. So if I were to do that, there'd be a whole other list of things that I'd need to do. I need space to be able to record the videos. I need to figure out how to get paid to do that online. I need to figure out if there's a market for that, if people would be interested in paying me for a dance class that's online, if you would want to do it in your living room, that kind of a thing. I have it for free on YouTube right now that it's broken down into the warm-up, and then I taught one of the dances. And then it has, like, it's all on YouTube right now if you want to see what it looks like. I really loved it. That was my sunshine theme because it was daylight savings. So Justin Timberlake says sunshine in my pocket. So subscriptions, I need to keep going with Artist Way. I'm going to go ahead and make that a bubble because it's been incredible just what I've learned about myself through Artist Way, and I'm excited to see what happens over the next 4 weeks with that too. Affiliate income, downloads. I mean, there's definitely services I could provide as far as video editing goes. I'd rather not go into the service arena because the whole point of this is that I'm doing, the whole point of the $100 challenge is that it's passive. I should say that. Passive income. I have to be really specific. It's supposed to be passive in the idea that you make it once, you put all the hours and work into it, and then from there on, it's able to generate you revenue without you having to do anything. Maybe market it, of course, and then service any type of people that chat with you. I don't know. As far as downloads go, I can tell you one of the things that I've been working on, I'm going to just call it MS. Because it's not ready for me to really chat about yet. And that would be downloads and printables. And so it's an online product. And for that, I need to complete the product. And then add some design to it so it's aesthetically pleasing for people to look at. I would need to do some branding, so along with the design, branding on that around the product too, to be able to market it and attract the right audience to it. And that also has an affiliate component too. I need to research affiliate programs. I think in brainstorming what I'll have to do is do some networking too. To figure out what I want to do there. And AdSense, I have an idea for another YouTube channel that I'd like to start. But again, like, even if it were to, for some reason, pick up and go crazy, even if it were to pick up and go crazy, it would still take, like the last time our family channel got monetized, it took them like 3 weeks, which is so crazy because I got monetized because of a viral video. It wasn't viral in any sense of the way, but it picked up quickly. And for like 3 weeks, I got a ton of views on it and subscribers. And then after 3 weeks, it basically just went away. And by then, all the views already happened. And I'm like 98% sure that I did not get paid for those views off of the video, which is whatever. But it's something to consider, I guess is what I'm saying. Creating the channel isn't necessarily going to make the money through AdSense. So I'll just say new YouTube channel. You know what, actually? Blah. No. I don't want to do that. For AdSense, I'll put blog because a blog has AdSense already, and if as long as I get $100, then you get paid And again, it wouldn't get paid until September, so never mind. I'm not going to focus on AdSense at all. Go away, AdSense. Blah, blah, blah. Affiliate would be new YouTube channel. And that wouldn't have me in it at all. I have this really cool idea that I want to try out just for fun and because it would benefit me. Artist Way, I need to plan out my dates, plan dates ahead of time. That's really important to me that I plan the dates ahead of time because then I'll get to a Saturday and be like, okay, I have to do a date. What am I going to actually do? And that's just not cool because then I'm just not doing something that would be really neat when I could plan it out and have it be really neat. And also it helps Shane to know in advance too because then he knows that I'm supposed to be going out and doing something. Okay, so anyway, I have to plan my dates ahead of time and morning pages every morning. MP for morning pages. I'm going to put this all out. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do that. So morning pages, and that's going to make sure that every morning I do it. It keeps me accountable, and I just like checking things off. And with that, I kind of want to schedule in each day in the week a morning pages time so that I'm doing it before the kids wake up. And I know ahead of time that I need to go to bed on time so I can wake up early and get that done, right? And again, I'm doing all of this in pencil because I make a lot of changes as I go throughout the month. If there's a change, especially right now, if there's a change in government regulations and I'm not able to go back to work for whatever reasons, then I like to make sure that I can make changes. With homeschool, it's been really helpful. If the kids don't like something I planned, I just erase and redo. So I've got all MP, got all of those in there, and I can cross them off as I go. In fact, I did the first, so I'm going to go ahead and cross that one off. And then I think I'll continue to work on this, but I feel like I've kind of bored. It's been 35 minutes of me just sitting here trying to figure out what it is that I'm going to do to make that passive income. I think networking and brainstorming is going to be really important. Writing out 100 ideas, listing ways I've made money in the past. See, here's a really interesting way to think about this. My goal is to make $100 from momentum this month. And I would have said, had I not thought about this, to create a blog and because my jenniferdano.com blog has been kind of sitting there. It looks fine. I could just publish it, but I didn't want to. I wanted to make it look nice and have content on it and everything. And I would have made that a priority, but it would not bring me income through AdSense. Maybe affiliate income. But even then, that has to reach a certain threshold before Amazon or other affiliate programs will release that money. So it's not immediate money, such as with downloads. I think my main focus is going to be on this downloads component because that's money I control. When someone purchases something from you, it goes immediately to you. So I have this little program that I'm working on. I've been working on it since, when did I do that? May, maybe? I don't know that I would be able to get it done by the end of the month, but if I really pushed hard and worked a lot on it and made that my focus, I maybe could. The other thing with downloads and I can redo all of this. And actually I can do Amazon ebook because I have this concept for an Amazon ebook that I was also really excited about. I haven't done anything towards other than just like write down the idea for me to remember. And then again, maybe I have to wait for an Amazon threshold for payout. See, this being specific is a really good idea. And I feel like with the momentum of making a little bit of money, then I'll be able to move on other ideas, other creative projects I have that could increase that potential. So I'd have to look to see if you could even make money. And again, like that's gonna take me a long time to write a book. I'm gonna go ahead and erase it. Okay, so I've got this idea so far. Affiliate income with it, just as a side thing, I guess. The new YouTube channel could push affiliate, but again, like I'll brainstorm other ideas just to make sure I'm not missing anything. And even with the new YouTube channel, I could actually promote products that I would make myself. I'm definitely going to create 100 ideas for passive income by August. And it's not just passive income. It's like payout income that I can create now. And I should add like an asterisk in case you don't know anything. There's definitely the potential that people other than my mom are watching. I have been in online business. I mean, my parents created an online business when we were in high school, and it was really, for that time, not very many people did that. And so I grew up around that idea that it was possible. So throughout my 20s, I owned a business with them that was web hosting for small businesses. We created websites for them, then we did web hosting for them, and then based off of that, we went into live streaming because we live streamed to get clients for web hosting. And then live streaming, we started offering that service to other businesses. And I did contracting for that for a long time. And I've created products. I've done brand deals. I've done different advertising things for different podcasts or live stream shows that I've done. So I've done a lot of things online, and I've done a lot of things for other people. And so I have experience around this space. If you don't, then it's going to take you much longer to probably figure out how to do all of this stuff. Not to say that it's not going to be hard for me, because I think it will be difficult. But that's part of the challenge, right? It's trying to work hard and focus. I think focus is the main thing. I have a difficult time focusing and putting my focus in the right place that's going to move the needle. So I have to really make sure I'm putting my focus in the right place. This is good. Where were we? Oh, subscriptions is the other thing. Do I want to teach, and especially in September, that's going to be important. I'm not sure if that's going to matter for August, but in September it'll be important because there's not even a spot on the studio schedule for my class right now because there's additional time that's needed, and there's smaller classes. So the studio's calendar is already full, which is totally understandable, I should say. So I'll have to look at that for September anyway. All right, so my main focus, it looks like, is going to be on brainstorming, downloads, affiliate, and Artist Way. And you know what? I should give my stuff a break and go grab my highlighter. It ended up being really good timing because my camera battery was about to die. All right, so I said downloads. I'm going to work on what I'm calling MSC. Not that I think you're going to steal the idea or that you even care, but I just want it to be my little thing for right now. I'm going to work on Artist Way. I'm going to focus on brainstorming, and then that it is $100 passive income by end of August. And the important thing to think about too is that this is in no way passive right now. It's more in the idea that I create something and I've made it into a product format and then I'm able to sell it rather than being contracted per idea and doing maybe someone else's idea, which I've done in the past with video editing and live streaming and stuff like that. So, and there's there's other things that I could do, but that goes into 100 ideas but for passive income. I just thought of one other idea. Remember what the idea was so you can go back and write it down later, because I don't want to write it down right now. There's no space for that. I'll put it in this guy. This is what I've done in the past, and I could even look at past ideas, and then let's see, list or review past ideas, because I've done this exercise before. Review past ideas and see if there's anything interesting there. That might not be as much of a time commitment. Okay, so let's move everything over here. We're gonna put this stuff into work projects, and then the personal projects we'll put over on this side. Top priority project is going to be brainstorming. Brainstorm. And then I really want to have a sharp pencil to write this out. You know? I really like this one because it's supposed to be for these fat pencils. And I like it because you create this like weird sharp angle on your pencil. Okay, so brainstorm ideas. Work on MSC, and then with that, I need to complete the project. And with that too, this big weird, this is in of itself an item that needs to be broken down further. So I'll have to break that down. I'll write that down. Break down to-do items. Then I need to look at the design, whether I do it myself or I contract someone else to do it. There's a lot of ways to make that look good. Product design. Storyboard. So that would be, I'll write down a branding board. On Pinterest. Actually, that's more of branding. You know, and if you have any ideas or suggestions, or like, Jen, you're doing this wrong, fix this. I mean, be nicer about it. But you can comment. I'd love to chat. That's why I'm doing this, because I love to talk about this stuff, and I don't know anyone else that does. I think, Shane's really nice about it, but I don't think he gets it. He keeps all of this in his head, I feel like, and I need to write it out and talk about it. Product design was research, graphic artists, GAs, and pricing. It would be nice if I could just do it myself and have everything just come from me, and I be responsible for how quickly I can put the product out. Because again, I'm working on a deadline. And I might even have to revise the product, maybe create a smaller product based off of my timeline. Maybe. Okay, so research affiliate items. And that essentially is that I would like a lower cost item so that a lot of different people could purchase the product and benefit from it, and then use that as an entryway. I don't know if you've ever gotten a book before that ends up selling you something within the book. What I'd like to be able to do, because with this product, I do have to provide a number of resources that I've used and that others I think would be find beneficial. And this is true for my homeschool curriculum I got last year too. They did the same thing where there's a lot of Amazon product affiliate links in there. So there's more opportunity for the author to earn income after purchase of the curriculum, which I thought was really smart. Because you're going to have to buy the stuff anyway, so why not make money off of the recommendation that you're providing? I mean, that's just being smart. All right, so I have that, and then brainstorm ideas. I'm going to do 100 ideas for passive income by August. 100 ideas, not income. Review past ideas. And we'll say execute on one of them. Execute at least one. With potential. Other than this. Because then at least I have 2 opportunities, right? And then let's see, for networking, I'm going to reach out to 2 people who operate online businesses, just to chat and to check in and say hello and kind of see what they're doing. So personal projects, so that's what we've done for my game changer. It's already done and taken care of. Then what I'll do with each of these is go throughout the week. And the best thing, again, you guys, is that this is all available for free on passionplanner.com, and you can download it. And this is what I've done in the past. The only difference now that I have this physical book is that I am consistent with it. I keep it in one place and I do it every day, every week, every month. I do the system, whereas before I just kind of did it whenever I wanted to. So if you just feel like the urge that you need to get organized, especially coming into fall with what's going on with school, then I highly recommend going on to passionplanner.com, download the monthly view, and I'll include a link below, so it's really easy. I would download the monthly view, I would download the monthly review so you can see what worked well in July for you and what you want to improve on. So do that first, then do the monthly overview, and actually back up. If you haven't yet, do your Passion Planner roadmap and then do the game changer. And then you can even break down that game changer, because I have passive income as a game changer in for my roadmap, but this is for the month of August. Like, I don't want to just make $100 online. That's not my overall game changer. But this is, I feel like, going to move the needle closer to me accomplishing that goal for the next 3 months, next year, next 3 years, moving on when you look at that roadmap. So do that and then print out the next week. And one of the things I was even thinking about doing was getting a Passion Planner daily planner. I know, I like to make sure that I complete things that I use, whether it's lotion for my face or whatever, I complete it before I purchase a new one. But I do really like the idea of having something daily that has more space and more ability to organize, whereas this weekly one just has this tiny little column. And I don't know what it is about that, but I feel limited. But I still, on like the pro side, I do really love being able to see my week at a glance. So I went ahead and put in the work stuff. Let's go ahead and do top priority for personal. I'm going to say is my sugar, carbs, cut down. Can you see that? Barely. Cut down on sugar and carbs. And then the project that I'm gonna do for the second one is Artist Way. Because technically that feeds into this $100 one, but it's also really beneficial for me personally, just as a person and a mom and a wife. So let's see. I worked on my game changer. I'm doing the to-do items for the monthly layout. And this is just so wasteful, by the way. I apologize for creating Post-its and everything, but I got Post-its this year because we did a lot of brainstorming out where I create like these ideas and then we create maps out of it for different things. And these are the ones I have left. And I think they're useful. They're going in the garbage, but they are useful. They have anyway. Holidays, birthdays, space stuff is basically on there. There are some holidays. Oh my gosh, you guys, let's look at this. So this is what I wanted to do too. I wanted to pull up, let's see. I'm going to try and record myself doing this too. See if I can figure out how to do that. Okay, here we go. So I also need to add in holidays, like fun holidays, because they just add an element of fun. And then usually if there's like a movie that is associated with that holiday, we can plan on watching the movie that's on our list on that day. So I have my Trello board up, and then I'm just gonna look up 2020 holidays. Oh, you know what? And I should probably say August 2020. Whoops. So here you can see there's nationaltoday.com, and all of these, some of them, I shouldn't say all of these, some of the holidays that are mentioned on here are not legitimate holidays. I'll usually do a little bit of research and write them down, and then based off of if I see if they're a legitimate holiday, but at the end of the day, I don't really care for some of them. Like Spider-Man Day, if it's not a real holiday, who cares? It's just a day that's saying like you can focus on that. National Coloring Book Day, I mean, that's awesome. We'll color something on National Coloring Book Day. I don't have Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, so I don't have to tell anyone we're doing it. It's just for us. So I'm gonna add in these ones. So National Coloring Book Day. Maybe I'll give my cameras a rest while I'm kind of going through this too. Tom Brady's birthday. Yeah, that's fun. So there's this one, there's National Today, and then there is also this Holiday Insights one, and this is what I've used for years. And National Today just started pulling up for me. And so you can see too, each month has a focus. And in the past, I've used the focuses like one month was heart, February is heart month. And so with Homeschool, what we did was we learned about the circulatory system and, well, that system because that was the book that we were working from, but we talked about, the heart too, and we talked about healthy eating and exercise and all that stuff. So the monthly focus can be useful. I don't know if we would use any of this. Admit You're Happy month. That doesn't feel like a real thing. Romance Awareness Month. National Golf Month might be kind of neat. I don't know if that's like a real thing or if it's just because golf happens in August, but the kids have been talking about golf and Shane's been talking about golf, and I feel like a lot of our conversations with parents has been around golf, so I feel like that is the universe trying to tell us something, or it's just because a lot of people are playing golf right now. So we might do like a National Golf Month focus. I'll write that up here at the top. National Golf Month. And I would have done this ahead of time before our monthly family council, and I could have gotten feedback from the kids to see if they're actually interested in it, but how would they know? They've never golfed. So then you see here, there's weekly events. National Simplify Your Life Week. I really like that. Simplify Your Life Week. Let's do that, right? We'll start over here. Simplify Your Life Week. So technically, there's a full moon in Aquarius, I think, on Monday. And from what I've read, that's a great time. Well, any full moon is a great time to declutter. And I think that's what I'll focus on, is decluttering this week as far as household items go that are above the regular stuff. International Hangover Day? No, thank you. So anyway, I'll go through these later, I guess, because this is boring. Why do you want to watch me do this? More herbs, less salt day. We talked about that too. That is something I'm actually trying to focus on, is eating less salt. So, oh, I never actually turned off my cameras. Oh well. So holidays and space stuff are basically done. I'm going to add in those fun holidays and see if there's any movies. So I have all of my movies in a Trello board too here. Let's see. I think that's under my summer 2020 board. I have my movies here. There's some ideas. These are the ones we've watched. Then I have some other ideas for activities and such. We're watching some more of the, I guess they would be more adult movies, like Jaws. I'm still a little not so sure about showing the kids Jaws, especially since we do so much in the water. But so my kids are pretty, I don't know, it's an older movie, so as far as realistic goes. And 10 Things I Hate About You is on Disney Plus, and I'm really excited to show that to them because Kelly loves seeing things that he knows. It's shot in Seattle, and we've gone to Gasworks Park and played around in there, and I told them, you know, this isn't a movie, and it'll be fun for them to see it. We do fast forward through some things. So anyway, within the movie, what I'll do is then write notes. I think I did that for war games, maybe. Trello is so awesome in that you can add so many things to it. Where's one that I added details? Oh, October Sky. Oh, I just added one link. Teachwithmovies.org is a great resource. There's a lot of ideas, especially for more popular movies. You can find some curriculum and questions and things like that that you can take off of after watching the movie. I highly recommend that, or you could just Google ideas for the movie. Teachers Pay Teachers, I think, is another resource that has some good items too. We've used that a lot for Harry Potter, in fact. So I'll just say that we went over that. Let's go over, we'll do that one because I have to add those to-do items. The movie challenge, I talked about, that kind of goes with the holidays. Meal plan, I'll just show you my meal plan board so you can see. I've shown it to you in the past, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. But basically what I'm going to do is make sure that I've organized this. That's what I'll add on to here, is that organize Trello food board, because it's gotten kind of messy. And then also add photos to each card. That'll just help me utilize them better. And then I also have an inventory sheet, as you can see here, so I think I'm gonna update the inventory sheet. Update inventory and plan ingredients shopping. Ingredients needed. I'm gonna say for 1 month. I'd like to have a stock of like pantry items for 1 month worth of food, ideally. And then less sugar and carbs. One of the most, I say this lightly and I don't want to go too far into it right now, but I'm going to try and see a hypnotist. hypnotist appointment. I've done a lot of reading and research around hypnotherapy. I've done it myself and found really good results for an issue I had, and I'd like to do it around brainwashing myself of the food product system. I don't want to go into it too much, but if you're at all interested in that, do your research, read a lot about it. I think it's very useful. Okay, so add August family council stuff. So the biggest things I had to do was to create daily sheets. Oh no, I don't have any room for that. I'm gonna do morning pages daily. Schedule artist dates. Saturdays are for check-ins. And then Sundays, read the chapter. This is going to be the same focus in September too. Read chapter and complete tasks by Wednesday. And that way it gives me a couple days to take everything in that I've talked about that. So I should probably put those things into the calendar. So from there, what I'll do, and I'm not going to film all of this, but I am going to schedule this in still. So I still have to do these two things, and then we'll be done with our planning. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. So just to give you an idea, I have the morning pages daily in there. Schedule artist dates. I need to go over that with Shane. Saturday check-ins. I'm going to just write down check-in. Check-in. I'm pretty sure check-in as a verb has a dash in between. You'll have to check me on that. And I'll go through and add all of the other things into this calendar later, but you can just see that that's what I would do. And then people to see, what I need to do is break down all of these things into who's going to help me accomplish that, places to go, because a lot of this is online, and with exception to the hypnotherapy appointment. Places to go would be things online. So, for example, learning more about what platform I need to use to sell that, I need to research that, and I would write down places to research that I have ideas, like such as Shopify, just finding the best place that I could sell an item online. Things to learn, I'd write that down too. I have a lot to learn, obviously, with trying to get this goal, so I'd note that in just like a dash format. So like places to go, hypnotherapy appointment, and so on. Okay, moving into the week. We're gonna go ahead and put the August Family Council items this week because I wanna get that completed by as soon as possible. And that will help August be successful. So as you can see, I already purchased the boys' reading lights since we do have some reading goals for them. Shane really wants to get dirt prices, or prices for dirt. Oh, let me turn this off. For our backyard. He needs helmets and shoes, or a helmet and shoes. I'd like to do a hair appointment for myself. The kids still don't want a hair appointment. Their hair is so shaggy though, so we'll see. I've got the Hypno meal plan. I'm gonna go ahead and set the top priority as meal plan here. Priority here for personal to-do list, hypnotherapy. And then I'm going to make a printout of my $100 measurement tool. And if you're interested in what I learned from doing this in the month, let me know and I'll share more about what I'm doing as far as creating that income for August for myself. I've already scheduled the language classes for the boys. I got that done right away. Done. Find math curriculum. I'm going to put that in errands since that's somewhere I have to go, whether it's online or in person. We do have this in-person place that I would go to purchase curriculum that was used, and I loved it. I saved so much money doing that, and it was just nice. Once I was done with curriculum, I could contribute it back, and then I make a portion of the money back too. It just makes sense, and I'm not sure what they're doing. So math curriculum research. Wyatt's in first grade now, so I'm gonna do, and usually I haven't done a curriculum since Kelly was in first grade. And you know what? I did a really loose curriculum, I should say. I did Waldorf for Kelly when he was in first grade, and he is just not a Waldorf man at all. It did not work for him. We got through like 4 months of Waldorf, and I loved it because it was all about outdoor holidays, festivals, being outside, observing nature, and it was all very natural. That's what this is from. It's from like big pencils that the Waldorf people suggest. And it just didn't work out for him. So, and I don't think it'll work out for Wyatt either now that I've done it. I would love it if it would, but that was the last time I did curriculum. The year after that, I kind of pieced together little pieces and did a lot of just like things on my own. And then last year was much more doing it in cooperation with public school, or that program that we were in. And we also did so I guess I did buy a curriculum last year. It was a Harry Potter curriculum though, so it was really loose too, where there was a lot of room for you to add your own things into it and design it yourself, but it gave you resources like I was talking about. Okay, so math curriculum research, first grade. Curriculum research. Wyatt requested to do Harry Potter again, so we might just use that because there's still so much we could have explored with it. It's called Waldocs, and we haven't finished the series yet. We still have 3 books left, I think, so I could still do it with him. It's called Waldocs Wizarding World, maybe? Waldocs Way, Wizarding something, I don't know. It's really simple PDF that you download, and it has ideas, it has checklists, and I highly recommend it. But note that if you are coming from public school, like set curriculum, set lessons you have to do every day, it's not like that. You have so much more freedom, and you have to really work at it too as a parent, teacher. So first grade curriculum research. And then, let's see. Meal plan I wrote down. Oh, I need to create daily sheets for the kids. And their reading logs. And the daily sheets are going to be things like our family motto, which I don't know if we really have one. So I'll make one. But basically something every day in the morning they read and they can take in, and it's a lesson that they see consistently. And then also like a checklist of items that they need to do, so that I don't have to constantly be telling them to do each item, reminding them. It's going to be a reminder there, and just every day there's that routine. So create daily sheets. And then finally, I need to create a reading log. I was looking for one that was for free online, but I have one. I need to do 15 minutes for Wyatt, and then I have to do 30 minutes for Kelly. And I just thought it can't be that hard to make one on my own. And I want to do things like, just apart from noting that you did it for 30 minutes in the title, I'd like there to be at least one more question that they would have to answer, alongside with noting that they read for the day. Okay, I think I got everything added. right? Oh, helmets and shoes for Shane. Aaron's research dirt prices. So fun, right? And then helmet, Shane's helmet. Shane's shoes. And then also, and those are probably going to be online. So again, like Aaron's, I'm not going out to physically get those, but I need to make sure that if they're not purchased this week, at least I know which ones he wants, and then we can add it to our budget. I'd like to make a hair appointment. Make myself, because look how long my hair is. Like, this is just crazy. I work with the public. It's embarrassing. Make myself a hair appointment. Okay, that's good. So I made some notes for Homeschool for fall as far as research goes. And then I'll do the movie stuff later, Google Calendar and budget spreadsheet. I'll do that later too, because that's just inputting things into Google Calendar. And you know what Google Calendar is. So now I need to work on my sheet cards so I can complete the rest of this, and then also work to-do list item. Again, I'm gonna just break down this stuff into this area. And the week's focus here is determine my $100 ideas and get started. I should have done that first, but that's what I'm going to focus on over here. And then I also need to, there are certain days that I've already got things scheduled. So this time is accounted for. This time is accounted for. This time is accounted for. I think I have other things scheduled for this week. I have Wyatt's language class that has that's meeting 2 times a week, but I'll add that in later. I should do that all right now, but I don't really want to. And I need my phone to do that. I could use a computer. Anyway, I don't want to do that right now. Last thing that we'll do together is organize my Sidetracked Home Executive Cards, because these are really important. And I think they're a great tool for everybody. And look how messy this is and just like gross and dirty. These were printed when Wyatt was 2. So 4 years ago. I still use them. I should make new ones. But that's not a priority this week, because that's not going to make me $100 by the end of August, right? I'll put that off for another day. So you have your basic week plan here. My meal plan that's laid out, so I always have an idea. And I look at these every morning. Well, ideally every morning. Obviously I haven't. I've been put off since the 18th. So these are 2 just reminders for yourself to know, okay, it's Monday, this is what my focus on, and this is especially something important when I pull this out to organize my cards. I'm actually going to move back to the monthly layout, and that way I have dates, because you're going to have to look at, some things are twice a week, or every other week, and so you'll want to know which date is happening when. So then you have daily cards. I put those in yellow, and this is all broken down in Sidetracked Home Executive too. So you've got your daily noted up on the top left. You have the amount of time it's going to take, what it's called, and then a description of that, because ideally, eventually, you'll take any items that you don't want to do or you don't have time to, and you'll start to delegate it, whether it's to children or a house cleaner or a husband or spouse, a best friend, your roommate, whatever, and then you don't have to deal with it. So daily, I have this savers on here, which is a little bit different. I could go ahead and actually edit that and change it because I don't necessarily do this exact thing. This is from Miracle Morning, a great book. It's by Hal Elrod, and it was recommended to me by my parents. And I would recommend you look at it. I think it's free with Amazon Prime maybe, or maybe it was part of Amazon Unlimited, I can't remember. Then daily, I do a laundry item, I wipe down bathrooms, and this is part of the Fly Lady routine too. She used Sidetracked Home Executives to base her program off of, but she does it differently. She does zones, and Sidetracked Home Executive doesn't really do zones. Lunchtime dishes are important. I have a really hard time sticking to getting my dishes done around lunchtime because there's always stuff to be doing. Cleaning out the car is done in the afternoon. Checking the mailbox, taking recycling out is all done in the afternoon. Vacuuming upstairs, vacuuming downstairs. This is important. I do this every other day. I don't do that every day, whereas vacuuming downstairs, I do every day. I love vacuum lines. So it's not like a perfect vacuum either. It's just where is exactly what it says, through high traffic areas. Kids' bedtime routine is after all of that. I clean off hot spots after the kids go to bed. Hot spots is items where things tend to gather. That's for me near my vision board in the kitchen. That's like constantly is always. And then also the kids' homeschooling space. We use the room over there as a space to collect all their homeschool items and a space where they can go onto the computer and do their streaming and stuff like that. And that tends to collect a lot of stuff. And then finally, the stairs. Maybe you have similar hot spots. I don't know. Bedtime routine for me, that was an important one because I don't always get to all of these, and there's things like soaking beans, nuts, and seeds. That's really important. Washing my face. When the kids were young, especially, I wouldn't prioritize that, and I just go to bed and always wake up feeling terrible, despite like not even thinking about the things that it probably does to your face as far as aging goes, but just you feel yucky in the morning when you wake up. And then sweeping, I always sweep every night before I go to bed, and reviewing and prepping tomorrow. So that goes like this. This is my daily to-dos. Set that side. So then what I'm going to do is organize all of these guys. All the blues are going to go into a pile. And see, all of these are all bathrooms. So it's important that I keep these out because I like to do these on Mondays. As you can see, based off of the kids' program, I changed these around. Ideally, I would like my free day on Monday because it's nice to start the week off by not having to do anything around the house. Moderate cleaning day should be on Tuesday. So I don't know what the kids' schedule is going to be like in September, so I'm not really touching these right now. Maybe during the summer for August, I'll go back to the schedule that I had. And I'm not going to go through all of this because that's going to be boring for you guys. So then I also recently, in the last year or so, I created these days because one of the things that I loved with Waldorf that I took away personally as an adult was that each day had a color associated with it because it's based off of the energy that day brings. Monday is Lundi. I think that's Lundi in French or Spanish. I can't remember, but it's the moon. The moon is the energy of Monday. And based off of that, it is a watercolor and soup day. And this is taken from, I forget what website, but it varies. Like you can have all sorts of different energies and what you do based off of that energy for the day of the week. So soup is for lunch on Mondays. I definitely don't always do that, but that's ideal. And then the kids can watercolor that day. And I do actually stick to that kind of, here and there, as long as we're home, we'll do that type of a thing on Monday. And then I have it as my heavy cleaning day, which, like I said, I don't really like. Move the furniture and vacuum under it. So as you can see, this is black. It's a seasonal. It takes 30 minutes, and that's going to go in its own little pile. So I'm going to keep my days of the week little pile going right here. I'll turn that over. And then I have the days of, the date. Here's the 18th, and then I'll stack all of these guys up here like that. So here's blue, and as you can see, this is a personal one. So it could be in pink too to be personal, but again, just making sure that I know that I can do that day is important. I'm gonna go ahead and set that aside too because I wouldn't do that in conjunction with this heavy cleaning day of cleaning the bathroom. So Tuesday is my baking day. So I'm gonna get to organizing all of these. And basically what I would do after I get all of these organized and into the correct dates, noting what day it is that's falling on the week, I'm going to just go ahead and then take these, and I might not even, so what I've done in the past is I plan the night before. So based off of what's in this, I may or may not translate over to the day of the week. So I'm not going to today put in the entire week of things that I need to do that are in my sheet cards, because there is a very good potential that I'm not actually going to do them. And in which case, they've made it so that you write down, and I made sure I didn't print that out too, because I don't want my brain to think that that's something that is acceptable to do, but it's part of the system where at the bottom you write, and see, I have this erased. See, you can see it. It says skipped. And I write the date next to it, because you're only allowed to skip something 2 times, and then you have to do it no matter what. So I like the idea of not necessarily writing things out until the night before, and then you know what's going on that day and what the energy of the kids are, how messy your house is, and if you have other things that you need to commit to based off of your goals for the month. So anyway, that was my plan with me. Obviously, I still have a lot more to do that'll get done as the kids are gone, and that was the longest video in the whole wide world. So I'm grateful that you watched it. I'm going to make sure that all of it is cut into chapters. I'm going to do another plan with me for next Sunday, but it is just for the week. So you already saw what I'm supposed to be doing in August. You can check in with me next Sunday to see how I'm doing, and maybe you can plan alongside me where it's not all this messiness, and it will only take us like 20 minutes to get the week planned. All right, everyone. Oh, another thing is to check in with me on Wednesday. I have my Artist Way Morning Pages check-in coming up on Wednesday, and I'm going to share with you how week 4 went, because it's a reading deprivation week, and it's been really enlightening. So I want to tell you more about it and share with you what I'll be doing for week 5, which I'll read about tomorrow. All right, thanks everyone. Happy August.